As usual, I would like to start with the recap. Hopefully you all have already went through the video, and but right now we are on the final chapter for this section 2. All right. So in this section 2, all right, we start with discussing about the different types of software. In the computer, we open up the computer, we screw, no, all right, you start up the computer, all right, in the computer, you have two, all right, this computer over here, all right, you have two type of software, or this is how I classify them. One is the, yep, your friend just said correctly, system software, and another one is the application. All right. So in the first part of this section 2, I explained to you that in your computer there's two types of software. One is the system software, one is the application software. And I described to you what is the system software and then what is the application software. And over here you can see the best example of a system software is the software that utilize or allow you to manage or utilize, all right, or manage the resources of the hardware. Okay, and interestingly, actually OS is actually operating system, right? Operating system is actually one of it's like the big picture of the system software. All right, it's a big picture. And inside the operating system, we have different types of system software, which is related directly to managing the resources of your hardware. For example, the task manager. Do you know what's a task manager? So, a task manager, you should know that, right? Do you know what's a task manager? I think you all should know if your computer is not fast. If your computer is fast enough, or if you are buying a high-end computer, the one which is the supercomputer or the high-end top-tier computer, you don't even care about the task manager. During my days, task manager is one of the most interesting system software that I always use to actually twerk the resources in the hardware. For example, right, you can end certain tasks to free up the RAM. All right, to free up the RAM. Over here, task manager, one of the function is you can manage the RAM. You know your computer have a RAM, right? The hardware processing. You remember the first section that we talked about the first section over here. And task manager is a software. That's why we call it a system software. System software basically it allows you to manage the resources of those hardware. All right. Is it clear? Am I creating a good story to make you feel sleep? It's in morning, cozy, and then it's a good story to sleep. Okay, so hopefully you understand what is the system software. And then over here is the application software. In reality, there's a lot of application software, but I would like to focus on those application software that are relevant to accountants. All right, your future accountants, right? So-called future accountants, all right. Otherwise, why you I don't want to put in anything, so, all right. Anyway, you are future accountants, and over here are examples of application software. But before that, system software over here helps you to manage the hardware, the OS, help you to manage the hardware, all right? But the application software over here basically help user, all right? So you can see there's a user over here, right? It doesn't look like a user. Then my drawing is lousy, all right? It helps user to execute certain tasks. It's application software. Very simple to differentiate between system and application. Application is a system, it's a software that allows the user to execute certain tasks, all right, to solve their problem. All right. So here, there is 3 examples over here. Of course, we actually go through them in the lab. In the lab, we also didn't have much lab, right? So supposed to be lab session, under lab session. So we got the word processor, we got the spreadsheet, and of course we got our today's interesting chapter, which is the database. All right, and as I have told you earlier, we got different application software to help you to actually help the user to execute their task. So word processor is for them to record or to do any reports. Spreadsheet for them to tabulate or put in some data to create charts, to create arithmetics calculation formula. And over here, database is basically a set of tables. All right, can I say that tables? All right, basically the data are structurally arranged. All right, the data are structurally arranged so that there are certain things for you. All right, more efficient, retrieve faster, manage better. And now you see them down there over here. All right, and let us go down over here. See, this is the database. All right. So that is the first part of the second section where I just discussed with you what is these 2 things about. By itself is the 1 chapter. Then the second chapter I actually go down and discuss with you how to build a solution. And this chapter is actually the beginning of the intro. All right, the intro in accounting. In this subject, the ultimate goal is for you to be able to provide a solution. Okay, this subject, ultimate goal means when you reach 482, right? Your AIS, the level 2. The ultimate goal, why you're studying this thing, is so that you can create a solution. Not just a solution that is, you know, solutions, right? You got questions, you got problems, you got solutions, right? So in business, there's also some problem inside your company. Okay, maybe there is late in terms of receiving pay from your customer. That's a problem, right? Receiving payment from your customer late. Those trade receivable or your debtors, right? So you receive payment from them late, it means there's a problem. And then this subject actually in the end goal is for you to create a solution for this problem, this kind of problems. So building solutions, for example, creating a better database, better way to inform the particular person in collecting the debts. Okay, sometimes because you didn't initiate, so that person also forget. right? For example, you lend to your friend 10 ringgit, and then you forgot already, right? Until the end of the semester, that end of the semester finished already, then you forgot the 10 ringgit you lend to your friend, right? So, in short, all right, this is the introduction. The following chapter here is just an introduction, give you a brief idea on these situations where problem can arise, and then you can provide solutions. And how to provide solutions? There are in accounting, in this IT, we focus on is to create a database, all right, from the accounting perspective. All right, you want to provide a solution by creating a database that can help to collect the data better and organize it better. Then I actually discussed with you, let me just go down here. All right, inside a database over here is basically it collects the data. It allows you to collect and then manage effectively and efficiently. Is it correct? Efficiently. Alright, effectively and efficiently. Right? I don't know what I'm trying to do over here, but I cannot. Yeah, something like this. Alright. But this chapter actually, it's not all about this. Alright. We talked about some programming key. Just double G, just one G, right? Programming, right? We talk about some basic vocabulary or basic term in programming, because you are trying to build a solution. So solution not only on the database, but you also need to create certain scripts, all right, or program to execute, or basically to build up your solution. But don't worry, these are all just borderline, just general, okay? You will go into depth in ACW180, all right? You will go into depth in the level 2. This one is just to tell you that under this application software, it just don't come out from nowhere. The application software just don't come out from nowhere. There must be some programming, there must be something behind, there must be someone behind, and then only it will appear out. And then your role is to provide solutions, all right? Ultimately, you can suggest that in your workplace. But anyway, that actually marked the end of the second section, all right? The middle part of the second section. But I actually forgot to show you on that is there is actually two types, all right? Two types of database. But before that, okay, over here is another more easy way for you to visualize what is a database, all right? So the database is a collection of information that organized for easy, over here easy storage, okay, informations, all right, informations. So just now got some problems, all right, a lot of information. Database is a collection of information that organized for easy storage, okay, for easy management, okay. What is this tick? Is a update, all right. So the person already paid you 10 ringgit back, it means you don't need to go and chase after that person anymore, right? So that it is easily updated. You don't go and chase after that person anymore because he already paid you. But if you go and chase after that person will get annoyed. Say, hey, I already paid you the 10 ringgit, right? Just making up that. And also, over here is retrieve. Retrieve. How do you spell retrieve? T-R-I, is it? Retrieve. Is it retrieve? Like this? Okay, all right. Yeah, I think so. Over here, basically, I want you to know that database is a collection of your information, all right? That are organized. So over here, the organized, right? This is the key part over here. Information that are organized for easy storage, management, update, and retrieve. So the question here is how, right? In what way? In what way they are organized? How they are organized? So you can come up over here. There's actually two ways that the database, the information are organized. All right. So one of the way is through the relationship database management system, the RDMS, and then another way is the NoSQL. In simple word is that one with tables that you can link within the there's a relationship of tables, and then another one with scripts, all right, of codes. Database, right? So they are organized. So how? There's two ways over here, and we actually look at this one, all right? We actually look at the more conventional way of storing, organizing the data. Okay. And over here, example is the accounting software. Okay. So until now, the thing that I want to highlight to you is that, have you ever gone to the, let me think, go into the Shopee, right? And then suddenly you open up the Shopee. You know Shopee, right? I think your generation should be the E generation, right? So open up your Shopee, and then you check certain things, and then when you want to buy a certain product, then you can see that it is up to certain limit only, right? So have you ever wondered how the system manages it so accurately? When you purchase, like let's say inside the Shopee, right? You want to purchase maybe this water bottle, right? Only got 10 units. And then once you purchase the 10 unit, what happens next? The product becomes sold out, right? You will have a, what is it? It will have an image to show you that it's sold out. And have you ever wondered how this thing actually happened? Or when you pay through the, when you go to the payment, or how you select the card, and then when you pay, all your orders are inside a group. So all of this is being carefully planned. You know, if the system don't have a proper database, you see, this is the database. So information, right? All these informations, right? If the system, the Shopee don't have a proper database, then all of this will be scrambled up. All right. But the question is, if you open up your Shopee app, where's the database, right? Can you see the database? Usually it is behind the screen, all right? You cannot see it. And later when you learn about the network, Shopee is actually linked to the server, all right? You're actually accessing another computer, and inside the computer itself, all right, has a database. Basically, there's a table, all right? Database over here is a table that stores up all the information. And if someone alters something inside there, it will just mess up the whole thing. So you are required to properly create the database so that all the information can be easily updated, all the information there's no mess up between those information. And today's class is specifically focused on how to do so, all right? How to make sure that when you create a database, which means a place where you can collect the information, the tables are properly created so that when the user uses it or when the data is stored, it is stored effectively and efficiently. All right, that's today's class. But over here, I want to highlight to you that usually you can see the application inside accounting software. And mostly the database we focus at is the table. All right, there's a table behind the accounting system that actually stores up all the transactions according to whatever information you feed it to. All right. Usually we will have a form. There's a form. The form will store based on all the attributes over here. All right. Call this attribute. Okay. All the attributes over here. Attributes, right? Attributes. All right. You will enter them into the table, and then from this table you will generate a report. But before that, there's a step where you do the query. All right. You can do a query. All right. There's a query. Then only you do a report. And in your Microsoft Access assignment, the role is the Microsoft Access assignment. The purpose for you to learn the Microsoft Access is to replicate part, all right, very small part, a small part of the accounting system, all right, a small part of the accounting system to maybe record the sales order only, all right, the purchase order. And if you are that good, or you want to, if you are ambitious enough, you can create more than that, all right? But the requirement is on creating the purchase order record on the purchase order, or record on the customer order, all right? Customer order. Make it clear to you, all right? Because in your 281, you will learn business process. Then you learn the different stages inside revenue cycle. Okay, before we go into today's lesson, all right, let me just stop this as the